One of the most infamous men in history, today we recall the life of Ivan the Terrible, ironically the grandson of Ivan the Great. What a terrible man! He ruled with an iron fist and brutality over his subjects. His terrible acts horrified many, earning him the name Ivan the Terrible. But he wasn't completely a terrible man. During his first days in office, he made very significant reforms in areas such as the military and the political structure of his kingdom. However, the fact that he was terrible will never be erased from history. Many have sourced his cruelty to the pains he experienced during his childhood. He was born in 1533, and at the age of 3, Ivan lost his father. And after 5 years, in 1538, he also lost his mother, which was believed to be a devastating event in the youngster's life. The nobles who took care of him after this tragic event were not so polite, seeing that he was the future of Russia. Politics became very unstable, as the death of Ivan's mother led to the struggle for power among the nobles. From 1538 to 1547, Ivan was crowned Tsar of Russia in 1547, and in the same year he was married to Anastasia Romanova, who bore 2 male heirs to the throne, Ivan in 1554 and Fyodor in 1557. Unfortunately, she died in 1560, leaving the two at a very young age. Ivan, as mentioned earlier, issued a lot of significant changes, not neglecting the number of lives lost in the process. He started with reforms in the church by establishing Russia as a Christian-based state. In 1550, a new legal code was drawn up, replacing the one from 1497. The central government was divided into several sectors, with each in charge of a different responsibility. In the military sector, generals and other officials were appointed by merit. This clever plan was sourced from Ivan's hatred of boyars, who had treated him in disregard during his childhood. One of the most significant wars during his rule was the Livonian War, that lasted 24 years. It is believed that the devastating defeat that Russia faced during this war nailed the final nail onto the coffin of Ivan's sanity. His executions were estimated to have rose over his disappointment over the Livonian War. He became furious over the assumption that the boyars had betrayed him, only worsening his paranoia. Later on, during 1564, the king announced his intention to abdicate the throne. However, his subjects implored him to stay, and in 1565, he acceded to their request, on the condition that he would be allowed to deal with the traitors as he willed. Part of this deal led to the formation of the Oprichnina, which was a private court that administered Russian land that had been placed directly under the Tsar's control. An army of 1,000 to 6,000 soldiers was also raised, which was more like Ivan's personal army. To many, it symbolized the weapon of mass destruction that initiated the loss of many lives, including a large number of boyars. During the period of the Oprichnina, Ivan is believed to have withdrawn himself from the daily running of the kingdom, which was left to the trusted boyars of Ivan. The entire episode of the Oprichnina left a bloody imprint on Ivan's reign, which up until today cannot be erased.